A tradition perpetuated every year throughout the world, the International Women's Day. What policies towards women, what challenges for a fairer society in terms of gender, questions and answers more than a deep reflection, a powerful artistic driving force that has generated the inspiration of 3 young students in this edition, their representation. Hello, thanks for joining us. You're watching emag, also coming up in your weekly news program. The Ziara of Sayyidi Ali Sisi, an unmissable event in the Faida, a branch of the Muslim Brotherhood Tijaniya founded by Sheikh Ibrahim Niasse. And finally, our focus on Yuku Mua, our reporter Lairo Job, was there in today's program. He is postcard. Celebration of the International Women's Day. On the 8th of March, our country vibrated to the rhythms of the event. Debates and exchanges on challenges for a fairer and equal society in terms of gender. Among the achievements in Senegal, a law which establishes absolute parity between men and women in all institutions, wholly or partly elective, but disparities still remain. Adamunyon has more.
The International Women's Day, celebrated every year, the 8th of March, throughout the entire world. It's the story of ordinary women who've played their role in history. The celebration of that day originated from the fight women have been leading for centuries so as to participate to the work of the society like men. A brief reminder of the most important dates in history would do. On March 8, 1910, in Copenhagen, the capital city of Denmark, the International Confederation of Socialist Women gathered from all countries of the world to ensure a propaganda for women's right to vote. On 8th of March 1914 in Germany, women asked for the right to vote, which will be effective in November 1918. However, the most unprecedented successful 8th of March celebration was in 1948 in France. 100,000 women marched throughout Paris streets. They were backed up by 5,000 in Lyon and another 30,000 in Marseille. In Senegal, like in other countries of the world, women have been celebrating the 8th of March for more than 60 years now. 52% of the Senegalese population are women, but only 23 of them are represented in the parliament, 10% of the government, and no more than 20% in the local councils. This has raised the issue of parity in Senegal. The 2012 8th of March celebration has globally been based on the question of gender equality in all sectors of the country. Throughout this momentum of hope for women's emancipation, it's more than a question of gender equality, but it's for the whole benefit of humanity.
African Woman by Baba Mal, a song which has known a worldwide success, becoming somewhat the anthem of the women's cause. The issue is in fact a driving artistic force. There are many to pay tribute to women through paintings, songs, but also theatrical performance. It is the path chosen by 3 students of the English department at UCAD. Here is their representation.
It's 2 o'clock. Sure. Hari, where is Hari? Always watching TV and reading books. Huh? No. Hari!
Yes, baby.
Come on here.
Oh, my dear Elijah, you're back?
Time. But I feel tired and hungry too. Please bring me my lunch.
No, wait. First of all, I would like to show you something.
What?
I have written a novel that I have entitled The Housemate. You can check it. And I was thinking to publish it this coming month. Hey, stop. What the hell you are doing?
Stop talking nonsense things. I haven't got married you for being a novel writer. Okay? Go and bring me lunch right now.
I'm fed up with your nonsense attitude. To you, a woman should just look after children and stay in the kitchen.
Hadi? Me? Truly, you're an useless wife. And don't talk when I talk. Stand aside on my way.
But you are completely wrong.
A woman in tears. When dropping tears are not shed by love, when fears take over and control, only the truth said, only the truth sung, only the truth felt by the soul and the heart written in prose verses, and not written for the sake of writing, but just to speak highly in praise of women. That drives me to say to you women, who you are under the sun. You're no longer going to shed any more tears now, since you are going to be no more dependent. Nowadays, you are going to be no more treated in the same ways, since your past and your future are not to be mentioned in the same brief. Since one and all know how long you have been suffering and abandoned on the fringe of many societies. Now people are only talking about you, about the emancipation that you lead in. And be aware and be sure, since you need to know, that we are not out to know that your emancipation depends only on your independence. And men have to help you by all ways and means to make your whole purposes happen, by giving you the real place that you deserve in our societies. One and all have to know, a woman is the only one who suffers before, during, and after the pregnancy, and that she's the only one too who suffers in the sucking moment of the newborn baby. But despite all her hard condition, she's still suffering from many discrimination in many parts of the world. Being the one who gives birth and the one who takes care of our children, she certainly remains the spine of our societies and should be treated everywhere as a real heritage. Well raised, well treated, and well educated, she should definitely be by now. Oh, our dear mothers in tears, stop weeping, since you are the only one able to give to men a good taste in their life. And hadn't you been existing, you would have been created for sure. Unfair and incredible that is to let you on the fringe of our societies. How long will that take to stop now? Don't we all realize how important mothers, sisters, wives are for men to spread the development in all the side of the world? Oh, my little sisters, stop weeping and dry your tears. Hold up your head. Look at your husband. Look at your brother. If necessary, look at your father. And in a friendly manner, you remind to every one of them how precious you have always been. Oh, our dear brave woman in tears. Ahead. Ahead. Yes, ahead. And no more behind. When women are well raised, the whole societies have good manners. When women are sent to school, the whole societies are well educated.
Well, even now there were thousands of disciples gathering in the city of Medina Bay to celebrate the ziyarah of Sayyidi Aliou Cissé. Find more with this interview.
We are here celebrating the ziyarah of Sayyidi Aliou Cissé, who is the father of the late Sheikh Hassan Aliou Cissé, the late Imam of Medina Kaolack, and also the father of the actual Imam, Sheikh Tidiane Aliou Cissé. Sayyidi Aliou Cissé was the first Caliph of Sheikh al-Islam Al-Haji Ibrahim Niass. He was one of his most devoted disciples and muqaddams, and he played a very important role in the movement of Sheikh al-Islam Al-Haji Ibrahim Niass, because on his lifetime the Sheikh used to send him in different countries in Africa to spread the tariqah and to talk to the followers. And most of the followers also visiting from overseas, let it be Hausa, Yoruba, or any other group, when they come, they used to stay in his house. And that is why today many of those Hausa have adopted the family name of Cissé. He was the Imam of Medina Bay during the life of Sheikh Ibrahim Niass, and 7 years after he passed. And he played a very important role in the Tariqa Tijaniya and in the Faida Ibrahimiyya.
No guest today, but a focus on a Japanese village, Rikyumura. The place is famous for being a living witness of a centuries-old tradition, culture, that of Okinawa's. Our reporter Larry Job was there. Here is his travel egg.
Rikyumura. These Japanese words mean the village of Rikyu. They refer to this place located in the northern part of Kadena. It's a very famous touristic site. Every year, thousands of people from all over Japan come here to discover the ancient lifestyle of the Okinawans.
These old houses with red tiles and thatched roofs represent the ancient dwellings in the Riku kingdom. The historical village was created over a quarter century ago. The objective of the founders was to keep the traditions and culture of the Okinawans alive. So houses were brought from all parts of the old Riku kingdom. The work gives an idea of the traditional architecture with a variety of houses. In most of the residences, the typical Okinawan musical instrument called sansin is played all day long. In each house of the village, the visitor can appreciate the old daily activities of the Riku people. In ancient times, amawuri weaving used to be an occupation for the Okinawan women. Setko Nakama, a woman over 50, has been weaving on her loom every day for 14 years now. She learns the technique at Rikumura. Nowadays, she earns a living by interlacing the threads following this old technique which dates back to the 15th century.
そうですね。こちらは体験など対応してますので、反物とか織ってないんですけど、小物の花瓶式とかテーブルセンター、ショール、コースター、ミニセンター、いろいろ小物類ですね。はい。
Setko Nakama is very proud to show her final product. The various fabrics displayed on the different stands exemplify the skill of the Okinawan women. Under the Takoyama mountain, which dominates the landscape, the pottery house lets the tourists discover the miscellaneous objects made by the craftsmen. Apart from the seashells, the mythical lion dogs which appear as protectors and guardians for the Okinawans, many other decorative items such as crockery sets, vases, bowls, ceramics plates are lined up on the shelves and tables. Pottery was practiced in the Riku kingdom by using clay and natural materials. The tradition is nowadays well preserved by skillful and hard-working young people. The variety of products attracts many tourists from different countries.
Many people come, American, Chinese, Korean, Hawaiian, and American soldiers, because this Okinawa have an American base.
Like the pottery objects, the brown sugar is another attraction at Rikumura. This sugar, which can be used as candy or in cooking recipes, appeals to all visitors. The process of its production is run by a buffalo which turns a wheel called Sata Guruma, squeezing juice from the sugar canes. After boiling the sugarcane juice, it turns into brown sugar. Dancing is another part of the Okinawan culture. In ancient times, men and women used to perform for the king of Riku, the empress, the high-ranking official of Senji government. Visitors at Rikumura can have an idea of the traditional performances. They can also appreciate the folk costumes and comic characters such as the Sondara dancing with the lion or whistling around in order to liven up the music show. The audience is always invited to step in the dance.
My name is Amanda Pankey and I'm from Orlando, Florida.
How long have you been here?
5 days.
What do you think about these performances?
I thought it was beautiful. It was great. Everybody looked really happy and they did a really good job.
As you can see, Rikumura is a showcase of the old Okinawan culture. It is a place to go for tourists who set foot on this old Riku kingdom. But all tourists have to pay these 1,000 tickets. The sums collected with these tickets are used for the benefit of all the community. It is a way to make the performances live longer.
Thank you, Larry. We remain aboard. It is now time for this week international news roundup.
Hundreds of women in Mauritania protested on International Women's Day Thursday against rising food prices and inequality in access to jobs. The protest march was not authorized and police blocked the women before their arrival at the presidential palace in the capital, Nouakchott. But another protest led by the widow of the former first president of the country, Mokhtar Ould-Ghada, made it to the presidential palace, and they were met by ministers and other government officials. The president of Ghana, John Adam Mills, met with his U.S. counterpart Barack Obama in Washington Thursday. They discussed the economy, democracy, and developing trade between the two countries. The U.S. president praised Ghana as a good news country in a troubled continent. He said Mills had shown commitment to root out corruption and increase transparency. Obama chose to visit Ghana in 2009 on his first visit to Africa as president. French Foreign Minister Alain Juppé is in Morocco, where he met with King Mohammed VI and the head of the government, Abdallah Ben Kiran. Juppé announced a €50 million loan by the French Development Agency to boost revenue for farms in 4 regions in the north. The foreign ministers of France and Morocco also reiterated their opposition to outside military intervention against the regime in Syria to end its crackdown on the opposition.
Well, that's it for this news program. Many thanks to the whole team who helped me prepare it. Until next week, stay tuned on Artist One.